Hello, and welcome back to the Compassionate Curiosity Podcast, a space where we explore the messy, beautiful, challenging project of being human. I'm your host, Rachel, a wellness coach and mindfulness guide at Tranquilo Pa Wellness. And here in this space, we dive into the stories we carry about food, movement, our bodies, stress, and self worth, sharing tools, reflections, and lived experience to help you soften the pressure, reconnect with your body, and create more space to breathe, rest, and just be, all guided by curiosity and grounded in compassion. And I am so glad to have you here with me today. One of the most common questions I hear from women, especially those who are used to staying busy, holding it all together, and putting everyone else's needs first, is this: how do I even start to be kind to myself? Like, what the hell does that even mean, Rachel? How do I do that? And maybe you've asked yourself that too. Maybe you've read about self compassion, or maybe you believe in the idea of being gentler with yourself. But when it comes to actually practicing that softness toward yourself, you feel stuck or notice resistance. And it makes sense. When your nervous system has been wired for productivity, people pleasing, perfection, go, 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 kindness might feel unsafe or unfamiliar. When you're used to striving, fixing, or feeling like you're not enough, self compassion can feel totally out of reach, or maybe even indulgent. But here's what I want to remind you of from what we talked about in an earlier episode that I did on self compassion, which I'd encourage you to go back to if you haven't. But self compassion isn't something you achieve. It's something that you practice, something you continually show up for and keep working on. And to recap why self compassion is so important and how it's so powerful, let's touch base on a few things. So, we know that it reduces burnout and helps you stay emotionally steady even when life gets hard. It helps you bounce back from mistakes without collapsing into shame. It opens the door to more authentic relationships. Because when you stop demanding perfection from yourself, you stop expecting it from others too. And it also creates more capacity for rest, pleasure, and presence because you're no longer hustling for your worth. So, self compassion doesn't make you weak, which I think a lot of people think of it as. It makes you whole. It's not about giving up or lowering your standards. It's about meeting yourself honestly with kindness so you can move through life with more clarity, steadiness, and inner trust. The truth is, it takes far more strength to offer yourself kindness than it does to stay stuck in self criticism. And so today I want to offer you a practice that has helped me soften my inner dialogue and reconnect with the part of me that is already worthy of love and care simply because I exist. And that practice is called loving kindness meditation. And it's one of the most accessible, embodied ways to begin to practice self compassion. And we're going to walk through it together today. So let's start with first talking about what loving kindness even is. Loving kindness meditation, which is also known as metta, or the complete phrase metta bhavana. Metta in the Pali language means unconditional love or benevolence, and bhavana means development or cultivation. So it translates as cultivating loving kindness. So this is a compassion-based practice that has its roots in Buddhist traditions that involves sending well wishes to different people, including yourself. The phrases are simple, but the impact is profound. There's a ton of research on the benefits of loving kindness meditation. And so I want to share with you 4 ways that it helps strengthen self compassion and emotional resilience as well. Number 1, it gives your inner dialogue a new script. When we live in a high pressure culture that rewards achievement and looks down on rest, it's easy to develop a harsh inner critic, the voice that says, you're not doing enough, you should be better by now. Loving kindness offers your mind a new pattern. Instead of spiraling into self-judgment, you're literally practicing language that's rooted in care and presence. And over time, those new words become more familiar and the inner critic gets a little quieter. Number 2, it helps you befriend the parts of yourself that you usually avoid. Most driven women are excellent at pushing through, but not so practiced at turning toward the parts of themselves that feel tired, scared, ashamed, or vulnerable. Loving kindness invites you to do just that with a soft, spacious approach that says, even this part of me deserves care. And this builds a foundation of internal safety, the sense that you don't have to fix or exile any part of yourself in order to be loved. Number 3, it shifts your body out of survival mode. When you repeat calming, compassionate phrases while breathing gently and focusing your attention, you're helping regulate your nervous system. You're telling your body, it's okay to let go. It's okay to be held. It's okay to release. And this allows your brain to downshift out of fight or flight and into a state of rest and repair, the exact opposite of the stress state most ambitious, overwhelmed women live in. And over time, this practice has an immense impact on your health. It's been shown to lower cortisol levels, which is our primary stress hormone. It improves heart rate variability, which means it improves your body's ability to bounce back from stress by supporting a more flexible and balanced heart rhythm. And it also increases feelings of calm, empathy, and emotional stability. Number 4, it expands your window of tolerance. Practicing self-compassion isn't just about feeling better. It's about increasing your ability to stay present with discomfort without shutting down or spiraling. And by practicing loving kindness, you're developing that emotional strength and resilience, not by hardening, but the opposite, by actually softening. So those are all pretty amazing, right? And there are a lot of different styles within the realm of loving kindness as far as what the focal points are, which phrases are used, which is really great because you can explore and find which one you enjoy the most, which one you connect with most strongly. I'm going to guide you through a version today that has resonated most with me. And that involves beginning with someone you love, because sometimes it's easier to access kindness when we think about those that we naturally love and care for. And from there, we widen the circle. Now, even with all that flexibility and the option to find a version that resonates with you, it's totally normal if this still feels a little uncomfortable at first. So before we begin, I want to gently name a few common challenges that can come up with this practice. The first one is you might be finding yourself saying, I don't believe the words I'm saying. And that's okay. This practice isn't about forcing belief. It's about planting seeds and trusting in that process. You don't need to feel loving to say, may I feel loved. The repetition is part of the rewiring process. Second common thing that can come up is this feels awkward or cheesy. Of course it does. Most of us didn't grow up in environments where speaking to ourselves with kindness was encouraged. And so this isn't awkward because it's wrong. It's awkward because it's new. The third thing is I can be kind to others, but not to myself. If this comes up for you, that's why I like the approach of starting with someone you love. Opening the heart through that connection can create a bridge to your own worthiness. And the fourth thing is my mind keeps wandering. I can't do this. Girl, that is part of the practice. Every time you notice and gently return to the phrases, return to your breath, return to the here and now, you are reinforcing mindfulness and presence, both of which are acts of self-compassion. So you are okay. And so if you've ever thought, I'm just not the kind of person who's good at self-love, I want to offer you this. You don't need to be good at it. You just need to show up exactly as you are and go from there. So let's give it a go. If you are in a place where you can close your eyes or sit quietly, I'd invite you to do that now. Go ahead and pause this to make yourself comfortable. And if you can't do this right now, no worries. Just make note of the time, and I'd encourage you to come back to this when you can. And I'll be turning off my camera here so that you can focus fully on your inner experience. So, find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and gently close your eyes when you're ready. And let's just start by taking a deep breath in through your nose and a long breath out through your nose. Do a few more at your own pace, bringing your attention to the flow of the in-breath and the flow of the out-breath. Noticing the sensations as you breathe in, like your chest rising, and the sensations as you breathe out, like your chest falling. Noticing the slightly cooler air coming in through your nose as you breathe in, and the slightly warmer air leaving your nose as you breathe out. Just noticing, just observing. And now broaden your awareness to any other sensations in your body. Perhaps there's tingling in your feet, maybe coolness of your hands, any vibrations. Just noticing. And now I invite you to picture someone in your life for whom it's easy to love, someone with whom you have an uncomplicated relationship. And bring that person to mind. And picture them the happiest you've ever seen them. Notice what you feel in your body when you see them like that. And now imagine a warm glow of light from your heart space. Extend this glow out to that person, sending them love and compassion. Send them well wishes by silently saying, "May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be free from suffering. May you live a life of ease." Picture this person radiantly happy and feel what it feels like to truly wish them well. Notice any sensations in your body, any shifts. Now I invite you to think of someone whom you don't know that well, but that you come across often. Maybe someone who works at a store you frequently go to, or a coworker. Bring this person to mind and wish them well. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you be loved. And again, extend that glowing light from your heart out to them and notice how this feels. And maybe you notice that your mind has wandered. Simply notice that. See the thought for what it is, a pattern of energy that passes through, and allow it to pass through, and just come back to your breath. Now I invite you to picture yourself as a child. Maybe there's a happy memory that stands out to you at a certain age. Bring that child to mind and wish them well. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be free from suffering. May all your hopes and dreams be realized. And notice that you truly do want that child to be happy, and know that child is deserving of happiness and peace. Send that glowing light of love and compassion to that child. And now I invite you to picture yourself as you are today, in all your beauty, imperfections, and humanness, and wish yourself well, saying to yourself, "May I be happy. May I be at peace. May I live a life of ease. May I be free from suffering. Shift your attention to that glowing light in your heart space and send it to every part of your body. Watch as it expands and radiates outward. Notice any sensations or emotions that arise and just allow them to be there. Know that you are worthy of kindness. You are worthy of compassion. You are worthy of peace. And you are worthy of love. Now gently shift your attention back to your breath, noticing the flow of the in-breath and the flow of the out-breath. And when you're ready, gently opening your eyes and welcoming in this vivid, beautiful world, one that's capable of receiving your love and reflecting it back to you. Thank you so much for joining me in that. Whether this felt nourishing or strange, easy or hard, your experience is welcome here. You don't need to force kindness. You just need to meet yourself where you are. What you practice today isn't fluff. It's the foundation of healing and change and growth. Because the more compassion you offer yourself, the more sustainable your life becomes. You're no longer running on pressure and depletion, instead on compassion, balance, and inner steadiness. If this practice or episode resonated and you're looking for more of that change and spaciousness in your life, I'd love to see how I can support you in your journey. My coaching is designed for women who hold themselves to high standards, who are ready to stop running on empty and start rebuilding from a place of self-trust and inner nourishment. And you can learn more in the show notes as to how to connect with me for that. And until next time, lovely, may you know that you are not alone. I am here with you. May you be guided by curiosity and grounded in compassion. Sending you love, light, and gratitude today and always.